Hi, I'm back. Again, this is video number 2. We're back at it again. What is today? I don't know. Today's a Sunday. Oh, it's June. So we're still in June. So I'm picking up on video number 2. If you haven't seen video number 1, go check it out. I will be uploading that sooner or later, and I'm going to try to do them sequentially, but, you know, organizations can be something I got to work on. I'm also working on this still, and as you can see, I don't have my glasses on like last time. That was a little bit of a problem. We figured it out. No more glasses, too much glare, doing the infinite mirror thing, so gonna move on. Anyways, today we're gonna slip into it a little bit of our agenda. As always, slipping on over. We got it pretty good. We're gonna ruin my self-image, awkward interlude, blah blah blah, and then talk Fathom, some Q&A, and then we'll wrap it up for today. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna try to do these as regular as I can, but it's a little difficult. Running the whole family thing, a little 2-year-old and everything else, but I'm excited to be here. I'm really excited, actually. I want to talk about some stuff, and I also want to introduce a little buddy of ours that we haven't been talking to for a while, Noggin Bobs. So this is actually the guy who made my little intro video. I'm going to have some fun with this later, showing you guys kind of like some of the silly things we did around here, cheap on budget, to like come up with some fun stuff to put on here. But he's broken now, so I just decided to bring him out because he's gone. So we'll never be seeing Noggin Bobs again. Just want to say thank you to Noggin Bobs for making a very low budget and cheap intro video for this video blog that we're doing. So first we're going to come in. So I think I ruined my self-image there. So we can check that off this list here. I think I did that. So we're going to speed light along and we're going to jump into, let's talk a little bit about Fathom. So today, good news. So I found out today I received my final copy, and by final copy I mean all edits have been accepted. It's done. Everything is done except that there's a little bit of structure with the paragraphs and formatting for electronic books, paperback, and I think that's it, because I'm not doing hard cover right now unless somebody can post an argument of why I should. I'm not doing it yet, and I'm real rookie here. I'm real green, so I don't really know the difference between the formatting for a hardcover and a soft paperback, so I don't know if somebody could explain that. Do it right down there, because I really don't know. I'm leaving that in the expert hands of a nice lady named Brooke, and she's taking care of that for me. But the good news is that should only take 2 days. So finally, and I do mean finally, look at these, it's fun. 2 days finally. Again, with the iceberg thing, I think I talked about it last time, it takes a long time. So now that we're finally to the point where I can say there's 2 days before I have a final, everything packaged up book, and then we're just throwing some little bit of bells and whistles. We're going to have some graphics and stuff, and I'm excited about that because I'm a very visual guy. I'm sure a lot of people are, right? ADD tends to be that way, right? You want visual, so visuals are good. We're going to have some visuals. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited also to start talking to you guys out there, whoever you are, whoever's watching, kind of about the characters. Weird thing, I've been talking to friends and family probably about character development in multiple, you know, because I've got other books, but and this book's specifically for a very long time, and it's kind of funny. You kind of get to the point where you actually start to believe these people are real. And I don't mean like real, but pretty real. I mean, you start talking about like maybe like a cousin you don't see anymore. You get sad sometimes because it's actually been, geez, over a year since I finished Fathom. So since then, it's just been this whole process of editing and doing everything else. So you really do. It's kind of like you want to go visit an old buddy or something. So I'm excited to do that and actually pick up the finished copy myself and actually reread it, even though it's my own work. But it has some other hands in there, sure. But you know, the original me is still in there, and those characters that I developed over the time, I'm excited to kind of get back with them, touch base, and really dive back into that world again, because it's a lot of fun. It is. If you guys don't haven't tried writing or something like that, if it's something you're interested in, just go write. You know, I used to have this neighbor, Jake, if you're out there, if you ever see this, I love Jake. He's great. He used to sit and just draw kind of like anime cartoon stuff, which he kind of tried to get me into, but kind of like the green vegetables that sometimes, sure, and I've got nothing against it, but he was such a good drawer, and like he would just make up these characters and just throw them on paper. And I remember him putting like little stats on there like dexterity, and he's got all these cool things, charisma, strength, you know, all the nerd stuff. I'm nerding out right now. I'm nerding out. But it was awesome because he was creating these guys, like these characters up in his mind, and then he'd translate them to a piece of paper so you could visualize it. I suck at drawing, so if I was really good at drawing, what I'd do for you guys, I would probably draw some really cool, you know, for instance, Demo Ward guy, Demetrius Ward, who's the character protagonist in my book Fathom, and I'll throw him up there so you guys can check it out. Maybe that will happen. I've got a really good couple of friends that are pretty good at drawing. Riley, if you're out there, Burnett, he did some of the work for the John Book series. If you haven't seen it, go check it out, thejohnbooks.com. All that freehand stuff is Riley's, and he's pretty good. And maybe if I can twist his arm and con him into something and blackmail him straight up so that he has to do it again, he might do it again. Maybe he'll do some freehand stuff. But as for me, I can't do that. I wish I could, but I'm more art than form. And so I think I'm doing good, but it just ends up looking like a mixture of some horse, dragon, ugly creature. It's an abomination. So I'm going to stay away from that. So anyways, I'm excited though. It's coming so close. I'm going to start pushing real hard like I've been saying. That's an echo, but I'm going to do it because it's the only way to do it. And I'm really praying that you guys can help me with that. There's the prayer. This side's better. If you guys can help me with that by just reading it when it does come out and telling your buddies if you like it or not. If you hate it, that's fine too. You know, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I'm hoping you really love it. I'm hoping that you can pass it to your friends and you can kind of use your mouth, because that's the best thing in the whole wide world. Just saying, like, hey, this is a good book. You know, whatever. Anything is great. You know, reminds me of that Jessica Black video. You guys remember that? Why did I just bring that up? I feel horrible. It was like Friday. I can't remember. Had like the world record in dislikes, but she still got publicity. I mean, so some's better than none. Now, I don't want the negative, but I'm just saying something's better than nothing, right? So anything is great, because without you guys, I'm just this hobbyist who's locked up in his house who annoys his family. So let's try to, for my family, let's do it for my family so that I have other venues to go out and shove this stuff to. And I'm excited to do so. So anyways, there's Fathom, and we're going to move on real quick here. We're going to finish up here with a little Q&A. I'm trying to go quick tonight and try to keep things concise, succinct, and all those big words that make me sound pretentious. And we're going to jump into some Q&A. Now I've got a really good one. This one I saved for tonight because I felt like, we're like 7 minutes deep here. I felt like it might take a little explaining. Sometimes it does that. So the one I'm going to get into right now is actually from, pardon me while I look over here, massage my temples a bit. Erica L. I almost said the whole name. Erica L. If I don't edit that, you just got the L. So you can go phone book that one and be all creepy if you want. But Erica L. Now, Erica L., big shout out. Thank you so much. She's been around for a while now. Actually, she's been real nice. She's been on my social network. She's hit me up on just about everything I put out, I think, in regards to kind of a community activity. Because I put out a lot of questions about character names and other things like that, which I will be getting to that too. We did have a fun little social network thing about coming up with new names for characters in new books. That was great. And she's been a big contributor along the way. So Erica L., she says, and this is Q&A, remember, so sorry, I get a little sidetracked there. We're back over. Erica L., what's your process like? Get an idea and go start to finish. Multiple ideas make it into one book. Do you carry around a notebook or keep everything digital? That's some good brain stew right there. Well, Erica L., I got some good news for you. Check it out. This is the idea board. I'm going to flash it. Flash. This is one way I do things. Old idea board here. Now, what I like to do, I usually start off, I just panned out. I'm back. I usually start off with the idea, like I was talking last video, kind of like, we'll dwell on something. Maybe I'll dwell on, I don't know, something that interests me from a dream or just some weird idea that just pops in. So first it starts up here. So that would be the process. Starts here. So I get an idea. The next thing I like to do is well, like I said, dwell. In dwelling, let's get technical. What I like to do when I dwell, and if I had a whiteboard, maybe in the future I'll do that. We'll do the whole whiteboarding stuff. When I dwell, here's a pen. Where is it? There. when I dwell, it's like making a little node right here. So I make a little node right here, right? This is the main idea. So this is like the cool concept of the book, the underlying concept, the underlying story, whatever, right? This is what intrigues me. So then what I have to do with this is I have to make little other connecting nodes. This is kind of trippy watching myself do everything backwards. Now, these connecting nodes are things that give it depth. So a good story, in my opinion, has depth. And this includes characters, side stories, whatever, and a lot, but keeping in mind that they all connect back to, where was it? Hover right here. Right there. The main node. And that might sound confusing, but it's really not. It's super basic. It's just you're trying to make almost like a spider web of concepts, ideas, everything, and they come together. So the whiteboard actually works like that, along with this guy, Mr. Paper, where I just put a bunch of notes on, and that's not the one I use, don't worry, where I put a bunch of notes on how I'm going to develop these characters, who they are, their likes, the blah 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 blah, hair color, things, hobbies, interests, da 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 da. And you do it on there so you can remember. And you also put significant things on there that you're going to start developing throughout the storyline. Again, going back to those little notes right there, right? So it can get a little hairy and complicated, but the fun part is it's like you're creating your own everything. It's like you're just starting over, like at the end scene of what is that movie, Never-Ending Story, and you have that little thing in your hand and you just have to start dreaming, right? Sebastian. So you just have to start doing that, and when you start doing that, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And so it can get complicated, but that's kind of the process. So I wouldn't say that's all the way to finish, because in my mind I actually will dive in and I start writing, and I wouldn't say that every single character is 100% finish or story. I'm going to tell you some truth right now. Many times while I'm writing, I will actually stop and say, wow, I think I'd like to do that a better way, and I think I am. I'm going to change that. So I'll actually make a little note, and I'm saying, you know what, I think it's more interesting if this guy does this or she does this. And so it kind of can sometimes break off, but the thing is being consistent, and that's the hardest thing to do. I don't know how many movies or books you've ever read, and I'm sure I'm guilty here, is being consistent. I almost slipped that up. Consistent. Where all these little nodes you're creating, this nice web, you know, can stick, but in the right way, so people aren't getting confused and being like, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. How did that thing turn into a spider? You know, and I'm not pinning any book right there. I'm just saying things need to tie together in a good way, so at the end you feel like, wow, that felt good, and you digest. And that's important. You digest it. So if you can make these little nodes tie them together in a satisfactory way, then digest and say, that tasted good, I think you're halfway there personally. And again, I'm just really running with this thing. So I'm learning on the fly. I'm learning from people that have a lot more experience than I do, and from you guys, quite frankly. I'm learning from you guys. So I don't really carry around a notebook per se. Most up here translates to Mr. Whiteboard, goes over to the paper thing if I want to develop it further, and then it just comes out. You just go. You don't wait, just go. You just start writing, and that's how you get it done. You just got to start typing, because you're going to make errors, you're going to make mistakes. No big deal, just keep typing. With Fathom, I think I changed a couple things in there, like at least 100 times, I swear. It seemed like I just changed it 100 times because I wasn't happy with it. Then I finally got to the point that said, stop. Just stop, because if you don't move on, right? You're just going to be stuck there forever, just perpetually changing these little things, and you're never going to finish a book. So when people ask me, how do you finish so many books? That's how. You just got to finally be like, look, it is what it is. The audience is going to finish the rest. So that's my process, and I hope I answered that. I know I can be a little long-winded. We're going to take a pause for a deep breath. That felt nice. I feel good. Anyways, back to the Q&A. Well, we probably don't have much time left. We're actually pushing the 14-minute mark. So we might just end it right there with the Q&A with Erica L. Erica Low. Thank you for that question. Thank you for being so active in the community. And if you haven't, get involved with the community. It's fun. Again, I'm throwing out questions as much as I can. I've been really busy trying to polish up all this stuff, trying to actually get my first book out. Well, I've got like 6 behind it, so it's frustrating. But anyways, it's also rewarding. And so ask away, send me emails, go to my site, mikelparry.com. It's just my full name, you can't mess it up. If you go to my Facebook, it's on there. If you go check in the stuff below. You're going to find me there. It's easy. I think if you actually Google me, because my name's so weird, it's just me you're going to pull up. So that sounds kind of narcissistic, but I think it's true. Somebody check me on that. I think at some point there was a chick snowboarder that had my same name, so that was a little different. But anyways, go check it out. Check out the sites. Thank you for joining me for the second video. Sorry, that was like second video. And I hope and look forward to getting to know a lot more about the rest of you. So keep on keeping on, and I'll check you guys next time.